conquer. But Enki formed what he called the Society of the Snake, which was bringing the real knowledge, including the book of his life, of what really happened from his perspective, down to this time. But to summarize a whole lot of what happened is that the elite that were the mixed children of the Enlil faction, the Yahweh faction, basically have taken over Earth, and they continue to pit us against each other and channel the energy up to Yahweh or to Marduk. And we'll go into that in some great detail, but it's really important that we know this so we can free ourselves from it.
So another one of our shows that we haven't started yet, but we're working on is called Peace Paradigms. And we're looking for our alternatives for this current situation we find ourselves in. This is a planet of war. And I don't know about you, but I'm bored with the wars. So the World Peace Association was created by Dr. Lesson and us and Janet, me, about, 10, 15 years ago. And we've been posting on Facebook and many places. It's very controversial because we just buck the status quo. We don't believe in war no more. Dr. Les wants to say something.
So the elite pit us against one another, and they create incidents so that we'll react and they can further their control. So that we know, for example, that Roosevelt denied the Japanese the oil of Southeast Asia, and that Yamamoto's fleet was coming toward Pearl Harbor, and the Secretary of the Navy wanted to put the ships in defensive position, but Roosevelt said, no, I want maximum casualties. That'll be our excuse for attacking Japan, then Germany will attack us, and we can then save Britain. Well, we know the same thing happened with 9/11. We know this was a deliberate attempt, a successful attempt by the people that rule Earth to allow an incident that would allow the American public to react in such a way as to suspend their civil liberties and to allow the United States to take over Iraq. And it was the evidence is so overwhelming that the murders of 9/11 were done with the accomplices of George Bush, President, Donald Rumsfeld, Secretary of Defense, and Dick Cheney, Vice President of the United States. And they're now being tried by the International Tribunal on 9/11 war crimes. But we'll go into this in great detail. The answer to all of this is to stop participating in this murderous, polluting society. Stop buying into hierarchy that there are kings or your betters, because every single one of us has something to contribute, and we don't want to kill each other anymore. We must stop participating in war.
So final two more things. In the future, we're going to start featuring sustainable solutions, which our host is Robin Knox. Will talk about solutions for the environment and how to live more consciously in harmony with the land. And finally, our other colleague, Dr. Zay Zatoun, is going to bring us Healthy, Happy, and Whole. And she'll have to tell you about it. And she's not here right now. She's back in Florida. And she's moving back to our community. So we live here in Maui, Hawaii. We have a conscious community called Synergy Community Farms. And also on this land is the Temple of Tantra, which is a 501c3. And we are living in harmony with the nature in the mountains here, the West Maui Mountains, the foothills, the wettest spot on earth. Back to you.
Well, I don't know what to say. Back to me. Thank you ever so much for this. There is so much more here, too. David, your host on our station. The repertoire, the information, the people that they are, this is just a little tip. Please investigate all the websites we have listed to get in touch with these people about their synergy, about sustainability, the history, the anthropological thing, Tantra, of course. The list goes on. There is just not enough time in the day. for this. Please, we just wanted to open the door so you get a chance to meet these people and understand who they are, and please follow up. Get in contact with them about these things. Sustainable living and the future is what they're focusing in at this time. Thank you, Janet, for your time.
Thank you. Aloha.
Thank you, Sasha. Dr. Sasha.
Our pleasure.
It's been our pleasure. You've got the picture. Get in touch with them. You're on the platform. There's a train coming up. It's Janet and Sasha's, and it's got a lot of information. Hop on board. Who knows where it'll take you. You're at the station. Aloha.
This has been another episode at OurStation.com.
Hi, this is Doc Lesson. I want to. I noticed that when I listened to the program, I would sometimes say Earth when I met Nibiru and so forth. But the way I ended the part on Enki is I alluded to the nukes that were on Olalu's rocket ship, and so next time we have a show, we're going to go into some detail what happens to those nukes. And I also want you to know that since I wrote the book, the important thing to remember is that in all probability, Allah was Marduk, and it probably wasn't Nanar, but we're not the jury's out on that. And Neanderthal or Bigfoot is still with us. So those are things to remember.
Thanks for joining us today on Aquarian Radio. We broadcast daily, and our schedule's on aquarianradio.com. Listen live by calling 646-649-0893, or you can listen live by calling 646-649-0893, or listen to our archives on aquarianradio.com. Join us again soon, and do tell your friends. The age of Aquarius and the paradigm of peace is now.
Aloha. This is Enki. You know me as Aquarius. And this is our age, the Sata Yuga. Time to celebrate with us. We have programs on all chakra tantra, love styles and relationship choices, counseling strategies and techniques that you can use at home. We have extraterrestrial radio where we deal with alienology, paranormal people, and we have an experiencers network. We have a section called Ancient Aliens, and the programs therein are Enki Speaks, Nimma, the Mother of Humanity, has her program, and we revise ancient anthropology. And most important of all, we have peace paradigms, because this is the age of peace, harmony and understanding, sympathy and love abound. No more falsehoods or derisions, mystic crystal dreams and visions.
And this has been another episode here at AquarianRadio.com.
AquarianRadio.com.